You don't want a lot of sugar, all right? Healthy fats, lots of protein, good quality carbohydrates, and sugar is not a good quality carbohydrate. Hey guys, Mark McKilley with Live Anabolic, and today got something completely different. We rarely talk about things that skinny guys need, right? Most of the videos on here are for men who want to lose weight and build muscle. Well, today's video is going to be talking about foods that skinny guys should be eating to build muscle, all right? So a lot of you guys might not think this pertains to you, and you're probably right. But occasionally, we do have some guys that are like, God dang it, I'm over 50 and I can't put on muscle, and I got this genetic makeup where I'm just constantly skinny and I don't know what the hell to do. So I got 5 different foods that we're going to talk about today that is going to help all you guys on the skinny side put on muscle. But before I get to those foods, real quick, just remind you, we've got a phenomenal Facebook group. So even if this video doesn't interest you, our Facebook group should. So it's another free resource, just like this YouTube channel. And guys, just click the link below. It's fantastic. Thousands of guys all over the world. I'm the moderator. I'm in there every day answering questions, plus everybody else is helping out. It's really an interesting concept that I've been very pleasantly surprised with over the last couple of years. It's just growing and growing. And even if you're not a big fan of social media, like myself, doesn't matter. You don't have to use your real name. You don't have to post any pictures of yourself. Just join the group because there's just a ton of great information on there. So click the link below. I promise you won't be disappointed. Okay, so instead of just telling you guys that are skinny, that are trying to put on muscle to no avail, just eat more. I mean, that's just, all right, that'd be a real short video, right? So here are 5 different ideas, and there's a lot more than this, but these are some ideas I just kind of threw together real quick. And so the first one is a really yummy thing, and I haven't been doing this. I don't have this problem, but we used to eat these all the time when I was young, and that is an egg sandwich. Oh my God, those are so good. A fried egg sandwich is my favorite. So guys, eggs have got a lot of protein. They got the healthy fats in there. There's a fair amount of calories. And then you fry up a couple of eggs and then throw some grated cheese on there and put it on some bread. And more specifically, try to find high protein bread. A lot of times it's referred to as keto bread. And keto bread is just loaded with protein. And so typically I think it's about 4 grams of protein per slice. So of course you're gonna have 2 slices. So that's 8 grams of protein. The eggs each have about 8 grams of protein. Plus, when you throw the cheese in there, you get more protein, plus you get some nice fats in there. You get some carbohydrates from the cheese and the bread. All together, man, that is some yummy, yummy way to go to just basically add calories, but the good, healthy, muscle-building calories. All right, so tip number 2, and that involves protein shakes. So you're probably already taking protein supplements, all right? So a good quality whey isolate protein is great. But typically, when I'm talking to guys on here, they're really concerned about putting on too much fat, or they're trying to lose fat. So a lot of times, I'll recommend just use water or almond milk as the base for your shake. Not for you guys who are actually trying to put on weight, all right? Use regular whole milk, okay, as the base. All right, first of all, whole milk has got more protein in it. Plus it has some sugar, natural sugar occurring in it. And that sugar will help basically shuttle the protein to the muscle fibers. So it's a long, involved story that's not really part of this particular video, but you do need carbs in you because the carbs trigger an insulin release in your body, and insulin is like a little pickup truck that carries the protein throughout your system and delivers it to all the cells that need it, more specifically your muscle fibers. So guys, when you're doing these protein shakes, use milk instead of, water or almond milk. And then throw some other stuff in that shake. Throw some berries in there, some bananas, maybe peanut butter. And so, you can experiment with whatever combination you want and find something that, really tastes good. But basically, when it comes to protein shakes is kind of like the more the merrier when it comes to the ingredients. But all right, number 3, avocados. Avocados. Guys, and there's not a whole lot to say here except they're loaded with a bunch of good, yummy stuff. They got some protein in them, but more importantly, they have the real healthy types of fats. Now, if you've watched some of my other YouTube videos about nutrition, I always warn you guys to stay away from low-fat diets. I know it sounds weird because most of those are for guys trying to lose fat, but the problem is when you don't get enough healthy fats in your diet, it really screws up your hormones for men. All right, so your body needs plenty of healthy fats to produce testosterone. And so if you don't get enough healthy fats, then your body cannot produce its normal healthy level of testosterone. And if you're not making healthy levels of testosterone, there's just no way to build muscle. So it's a killer. So anyway, guys, avocados are a real simple thing you can throw in your refrigerator and eat pretty much any time of the day. All right, number 4. Man, you probably haven't heard this in a long time, guys. How about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Man, how many of those did you eat when you were young? I wish I had a nickel for each one my mom made me. And anyway, nowadays I would normally tell you guys, you guys that are trying to lose weight, to stay away from PB&Js. But this video isn't for you guys. This is for guys that are actually trying to put on muscle. And they're on the skinny side to begin with, so they don't have to worry so much about their caloric intake. So, when you're making a PB&J sandwich, all right, 2 things. Once again, I want you to use that keto bread that I talked about with the egg sandwich earlier. It's much healthier for you. It's not just kind of low-grade processed carbohydrates. It's a much healthier type of carbohydrate with a lower glycemic index, but it also has the added protein in there. And then the peanut butter has, healthy fats. It does have some protein in there. And then the jelly, all right, be careful with the jelly. Try to find some organic, natural jam, okay? It'll be better for you. And then it does come with a ton of sugar. So keep the jam on the low side. Even for you skinny guys, you don't want a lot of sugar, all right? Healthy fats, lots of protein, good quality carbohydrates, and sugar is not a good quality carbohydrate. But I have no problem with throwing a little bit of jam on there as long as it's the good, healthy, kind of natural, organic jam, and don't put too much on. Emphasize the peanut butter and the keto bread. All right, the last one, guys, is oatmeal. So, oatmeal is a great kind of bodybuilding breakfast that tons of very serious fitness geeks do. And it's young bodybuilders, it's middle-aged, it's older guys. I mean, it's just kind of a mainstay, typically in the breakfast, but it doesn't have to be breakfast. We kind of get these things in our head that certain foods are only eaten at certain times of the day. Well, that's totally ridiculous. That's just tradition, okay? My dad used to like to go out to dinner and order eggs, like scrambled eggs or fried eggs at night. And when I was a kid, I thought he was crazy, but it makes no difference when you eat, your eggs. It doesn't have to be for breakfast. Same thing, with oatmeal. So guys, don't just eat the oatmeal. For you guys, once again, that are on the skinny side trying to put on weight, all right? Load that oatmeal up with some of the things that I've already talked about earlier, like, peanut butter and bananas and some berries, and kind of create a mixture that really tastes good for you. And then the other thing you can always throw in your oatmeal is whey protein, the protein powder. So be sure and buy a flavored protein powder that's going to taste good if you add it to other things, all right? So some guys love chocolate whey protein, and it tastes great with milk, or even, less good, but with water, right? But if you want to throw chocolate protein in with your oatmeal and berries and a banana and peanut butter, it may not taste great. Now, some guys might love it, but you may need to stick with something more kind of neutral, like a vanilla protein. But anyway, that's easy enough to experiment. The thing I'm talking about here, guys, is when you eat your oatmeal, load it up with some of these other goodies, because I promise, kind of when it comes to building muscle, when you're on the skinny side and you have your weight gain, or you're a hard weight gainer, is what we refer to them as. And it's not many of you guys, I have to admit. But More is better when you're trying to put on muscle and you're already a skinny guy. All right, so guys, I don't know how many of you watching right now are the skinny, hard weight gainer type, but if you are, hopefully those 5 different ideas will help you out in your journey to add muscle, and even for you guys over 50. And the other thing is, you can't just kind of eat all this stuff, a couple of times a week and expect to get bigger. You got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.